Well, after a day off and a rainout, the Hoptown Hoppers are back in action. They're on the road taking on the Fulton Railroaders. Hello, everyone. My name is Colin Crithers, bringing you today's action live here from Lohas Field in Fulton, Kentucky. Hoppers 7-1 on the year, 7-2 on the year, taking on the 1-7 Fulton Railroaders. We're getting started a little bit early with this game. First pitch is away. Cole Reynolds rips it up the middle. One pitch, and he's already on with a single to get this one rolling. So we start about 3.5 minutes early, and it's a single to get things started with Cole Reynolds on first base. And behind him will be Chance Sweeney. The pitcher on the mound for the Fulton Railroaders is Brady Davis, who came out of the pen the last time the Hoppers were here in Fulton. It's their second trip here to Lohas Field. They've played the Railroaders twice, winning both of those games. Pickoff move, the first, is not in time. As we quickly dive into this one, last time the Hoppers played, they lost in a sudden death game against the Paducah Chiefs on the road. Pitch to Chance Sweeney, a called strike, 0-1 count. That puts them at 7-2 in second place in the league, where the Railroaders have only one win so far, sitting in last place. But again, Brady Davis on the mound for the orange and black. Next pitch way outside, the count's even, 1-1. Railroaders sporting their darker tops with orange pinstripes and lettering, while the Hoppers have their black pinstripes on. Pickoff move, the first, tag's not down in time. Gray pants and black hats as well for the Hoppers today. Into this one, again, Chance Sweeney at the plate, as we're already rolling so early in game 10 of the season. Pitch outside, runner takes off. He slides in the dirt, and Cole Reynolds has his fifth stolen base of the season. Really easy move down there. There wasn't a good throw from the catcher today, Jeremiah Bowman. Makes the count 2-1 against Chance Sweeney. Long look in. Brady Davis asks for a new sign and finally accepts the set from the stretch. Chance Sweeney, the pitch is swung on and fouled right into himself. He evens the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weather in this one's very nice, about 85 degrees. Feels like 89, though, with about 68% humidity. Looking through the rest of the evening, might not drop down much in temperature, but should be clear skies throughout this entire contest. Count still 2-2 as Davis set, delivers a pitch. Cole Reynolds takes off for third. That one on the ground to second base will be a ground out for Sweeney, but that does move Cole Reynolds on to third base with 1 out only. As we take a look at the starting 9 for the Hoppers, and this one, obviously, Reynolds and Sweeney already came up to the plate. After him will be Evan Jacob, and now stepping up with Nick Johnson on deck, Connor Scheidt in the hole. After that, in the 6th spot will be Nate Jessup. Carson Knowles will be batting 7th. Owen Hutchinson in the 8th spot, and Caden Slaughter to round things up in the 9. Pitch out in the corner for strike 1 to Evan Jacob at the plate, last week's Hoppers player of the week. And 0-1 count and a runner and third. Swings on a ground ball that's fouled on the left side. Now he's in an 0-2 hole to Brady Davis. A fan favorite here for the Fulton Railroaders. He was with the team on the 2025 roster. And again, they have seen him once so far. Did well out of the pen. Next pitch, started to go around, goes to the backstop. Cole Reynolds will not take off for home, as that one missed the corner. It's a 1-2 count to Evan Jacob. So Brady Davis takes the trot back out there with the ball. And remember, Cole Reynolds does have the speed for it, but this backstop is very shallow here at Lohas Field. Foul territory is also pretty shallow as well. So balls will be out of play easily. The 1-2 pitch from Davis, swung on and missed by Evan Jacob. There's a strikeout for the second out of the game. With 2 away, Nick Johnson in the cleanup spot steps up in the order from Indiana Southeast. He's playing third base today for the Hoppers. Take a look at the defensive alignments for the Railroaders in this one. Owen Phillips in left field with Jacob Lott in center and Steven Meadows in right. In the infield, starting at third base is Nick Cossey, Pedro Fuentes at short, Thomas Kuhn at second, J.R. North at first, and behind the dish catching is Jeremiah Bowman. The first pitch to Nick Johnson, a fastball called strike at the knees. 0-1 count to Johnson with Connor Scheidt on deck. You might have heard a new name in the lineup as well. Again, Owen Hutchinson in the 8th spot. We'll talk about him when he comes up to the plate. An off-speed there called strike, and Johnson's in an 0-2 hole. Johnson's done decent for the Hoppers as he's joined late and made an immediate impact, has been manning that hot corner for him. Now the 0-2 pitch coming to the plate. A little soft ground ball on the right side is bobbled by Brady Davis. Will bring in a run. Cole Reynolds scores, and the Hoppers have an early 1-0 lead. Really tough play for Davis. He tried to barehand it. Not 100% sure if they'll give that a hit or an error. So I'll wait for the official line from Game Changer, where all of our official scores come in. If you're not able to listen, which I really hope you're able to, or you're not able to attend, you obviously can check on Game Changer for updates as well as looking at past games. But at the plate will be Connor Scheid. He swings through his first pitch for a strike. They are officially going to rule that an error. Just had to double check. That's what they're going with, an E1 as Nick Johnson reaches, and Cole Reynolds scores for the early 1-0 lead. Brady Davis again set from the stretch, delivers the pitch to Connor Scheid. And it's outside, an even 1-1 count. Scheid also from Indiana Southeast, playing first base today, has made an incredible impact for the Hoppers. You go back to their game on this past Saturday against the Flash, where he had 2 home runs in the game. That one on the outside corner for strike 2. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Scheid with Nate Jessup on deck. The lineup that the Hoppers have today is very different than what the Railroaders have seen the past 2 times these two have faced off, as Scheit swings through one on the outside and cannot connect back. It's 2 strikeouts to end it here in the top of the first. But before that, 1 run does come across on an error in the field from Brady Davis. Hoppers have an early lead on the road after 2 days of rest. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first and your starting pitcher for the Hoppers. Game 10 of the 40-game regular season for the Hoppers is underway as we head to the bottom of the first here at Lohas Field. Chance Todd, the starting pitcher today for the Hoppers, making his 3rd start for the Red and Black. Let's look at his last 2 combined. He's gone 12 total innings so far, both against the Madisonville Miners, so it's the first time seeing a new opponent this summer. He's got a 2-0 record, yet to give up an earned run so far, has a .92 whip. So incredible numbers on the mound. He was even better in his first start. A few things slipped away in the second start against the Miners on the road, where teams, though, have still struggled against him. They have a .186 batting average against him. He's given up 8 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned on 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 6 strikeouts so far for Chance Todd. He'll be seeing at the top of the lineup Thomas Kuhn, the second baseman today for the Railroaders. And behind him, let's go through the 9 for the Railroaders. We Nick Cossey, Caleb Worm, and J.R. North in the cleanup spot with Jacob Lott in the 5 hole. And the 6 will be Jeremiah Bowen, Owen Phillips in left field batting 7th, and Steven Meadows and Pedro Fuentes to round things out. First pitch swung on, grounder over the Cole Reynolds at short, throwing over the first, and a good stretch from Scheit, but it took his foot off the bag, and Cole Reynolds and Connor Scheit are immediately asking for an appeal. They look over to their coach, and they point to the home plate umpire asking for him to appeal. Chris Benny will walk out there, And he's going to finally get the first base umpire to appeal that back to the home plate umpire. They're going to have a quick discussion on whether his foot pulled off. Honestly, it looked like it did, but I think he might have gotten back on time. So either way, this will be, and they're going to say, yes, he did pull his foot off, so it will go down, I would assume, as an E6 on the first pitch of the inning. Aaron throw from Cole Reynolds brings up the third baseman, Nick Cossey. The face, the Midway Eagle, Chance Todd. Steps into the box on the right-handed side, standing about 6 foot. First pitch of this at-bat misses downstairs for a 1-0 count. Cossey plays at Motlow State Community College, where this season he's been leading the Railroaders in about every offensive category. Quick look over the first, and now the 1-0 pitch is ripped and fouled out of play for an even 1-1 count. Cossey leads the Railroaders in batting average, on base percentage, slugging, hits, walks as well. He's been seeing the ball like a beach ball, and very, very well so far this 2026 summer. Even 1-1 pitch from Chance Todd, fouled out of play again, and the count evens 1 ball and 2. And count is 1-2, not even. That batting average he leads the Railroaders with it is a .409, 9 hits on 22 at-bats so far for the orange and black. Todd set, fires the 1-2 pitch, misses in the dirt, gets away from Carson Knowles behind the plate, and the runner takes off on the wild pitch. So now a man, Thomas Kuhn, stands in scoring position, as there's an even 2-2 count to Cossey at the plate, who so far has 3 RBIs on the team. Doesn't lead the team with that number, but he would if he brings one in here, as the team lead is 4 RBIs. So I guess he'd tie it. The 2-2 pitch, Chance Todd, grounder on the left side, and tails foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Get on deck would be the DH, Caleb Warren, and J.R. North standing in the hole for the Railroaders. Shallow right field, deep center field, but not as crazy as they've seen so far this year. It looks even deeper than usual just because of how shallow right field is. 2-2 pitch from Chance Todd, looks over the second a second time, and now delivers the pitch to the plate, fools him on an off speed, and gets a punch out for his first out of the day. Strikeout swinging puts Nick Cossey down, and then Caleb Warren now walks up to the plate. It is about a little over 360 the dead center field. And right field's just about 200 feet with a 30-foot fence, a 30-foot net above a 12-foot fence, so it's about 42 feet high that you'd have to hit it over for a home run to right center field. So with 1 out and a runner standing on second, the pitch from Chance Todd, a called strike to begin the at-bat with Caleb Warren. Warren from Westminster College, also with the Railroaders last season, has a .357 batting average with 5 hits on 14 at-bats. As Todd, deep breath, and looks over the second twice before delivering the 0-1 pitch. It's slapped out towards center field. Coming in is Nate Jessup, who catches it, and Thomas Kuhn will remain on second base. Kuhn got there with no outs. It's been a strikeout and a flyout. And that brings up the cleanup batter in the order, J.R. North. North's a freshman from Holmes Community College who leads his team with 3 stolen bases, so a threat went on the pads. But he got to get there first. Facing one of the best pitchers so far this shallow season in the Ohio Valley League. First pitch of the day over the third baseman's head in the left field. Chance Sweeney man in the field out there. The throw comes in. A great throw home as they'll hold Kuhn at third. And J.R. North will go to second on the throw after the single. That puts 2 in scoring position, but a terrific throw from Chance Todd from shallow left field will prevent a run from scoring. Hoppers hold on to a 1-run lead so far. Again, Chance Todd has not given up an earned run so far this year. He gave up 2 against the Miners, both unearned after an error. Run comes home here. If only one comes across, it would not be an earned run because Kuna reached on an air. Pitch hits the outside corner for strike one to begin the at-bat against the center fielder, Jacob Lott. Lott from South Haven, Mississippi, where he plays at Erskine College. The 0-1 pitch now comes to the plate from Chance Todd and misses downstairs, and the count evens 1-1. Plays at Erskine, where he transferred there after spending his first season with Holmes Community College. Lott struggled so far this year, only has one hit and 13 at-bats. Even a 1-1 delivery from Chance Todd over to the left side. Nick Johnson giving a chase before it lands in the woods, out of play. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the Somerset, Kentucky native gets back on the rubber, looks in for the sign from his catcher, Carson Knowles. Long stayer in and now is set for the pitch. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Chance Todd sits him down for his second K of the inning. With 2 in scoring position, nothing comes across for the Railroaders as the Hoppers hold a 1-0 lead. As we head to the second, here on the road on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Back for the second inning. It'll be Nate Jessup to lead things off in the 6th spot with Karsten Knowles behind him and Owen Hutchinson in the hole. We'll get his first look at him. This 2026 season, Brady Davis still on the mound for the Railroaders. First pitch, it just misses the corner for ball 1. And Jessup manning center field today for the Hoppers up at the plate. Spent the year with UIndy. The 1-0 pitch outside in the opposite batter's box for a 2-0 count. Recorded a .277 batting average with the Greyhounds this year. Is yet to get a hit for the Hoppers. Swings for the next pitch, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Nate Jessup. Again, got started early here on the road against the Fulton Railroaders. Our second trip here to Low House Field. Swing and miss again from Nate Jessup as he missed one going fishing. And 5 at-bats for Jessup. Has 3 strikeouts, one of them looking. Has been seeing about 3.8 pitches per at-bat so far this year. And right around the average right now. 5th pitch of the at-bat. Chases one way outside for a strikeout. That's the 3rd K for Brady Davis. All of them swinging. And now the catcher, Carson Knowles, will step up to the plate. Apparently that was the beer batter in this one, if you don't know how that works. In a lot of summer collegiate leagues, including the Ohio Valley League here at Fulton. They select someone to be the quote-unquote beer batter as Carson Knowles swings to the next one that's blown past him for a strike. And if they strike out that beer batter, well, alcoholic beverages are about half price at the field for the rest of the inning. Pitch misses low and in. The count evens 1-1 against Carson Knowles. He's at Vol State Community College. So is Brady Davis. That one, a curveball that misses on the outside, 2-1 count. So a pair of pioneers right now battling it at the plate. Davis shakes off the first sign, accepts the second, delivers through the windup. It's right back up the middle, gets through the infield and in towards center as Knowles will get in safely with a one-out single. Second base hit of the day for the Hoppers. They had a leadoff single from Cole Reynolds in the first, who came around and scored, and then Carson Knowles gets one there. That'll bring up Owen Hutchinson. The DH today for the Hoppers, making his first appearance with Hoptown here on the road. First pitch he sees from Brady Davis. He'll leave on the outside corner. Fastball for strike one. From Columbia State Community College, where he'll be looking for a new home next fall. Pitch misses high and away. Count evens 1-1 strike. From around the Hopkinsville area is what the team a season ago. Returning again. As a 1-1 pitch comes to the plate, misses outside and high. Count is 2-1. He mentioned that he's played here before, obviously, when he was with the team last year. He tried describing this place to a few of his friends, and he was like, I don't know what to tell them. The 2-1 pitch is lifted out towards right center field. The right fielder calls off the center fielder. That's Steven Bugs-Meadow for the catch for out number 2. But again, if you've never been here, he tried describing it to a few buddies, and he said the only way I could possibly do it is if you were trying to make something wonky on MLB The Show. There's a version on there where you can create your own stadiums, and he's like, that's the only way it makes sense. Caden Slaughter at the plate fouls one out of play. But outside of that, he said, you just got to see it. Very shallow right field. Again, 42 feet high is where that net runs above the ground. 12 feet high is the fence in center field, and then it's only about 8 feet high in dead left field. The 0-1 pitch, and Slaughter swings through an off-speed and misses. The count is 0-2. The Slaughter in the 9th spot. If he gets on, we'll see it sap the lineup again. Davis again, the 0-2 pitch. Slaughter was guessing and guessed wrong with the 4th strikeout of the day. They strand a runner as we head to the bottom of the second quickly here on the road. Hoppers lead 1-0. Six, seven, 8 due up for the Fulton Railroaders as we head to the bottom of the second on the road. Glad to have you here with us after we were supposed to play yesterday. We were supposed to have a home game against the Full Count Rhythm. Obviously, that was rained out, as well as the rest of the Ohio Valley League. So no one played on Monday. It was a universal off day. And then everyone got rained out yesterday, so it's been 2 days since we've had Ohio Valley League baseball. It's been awful. I've missed it, but I'm glad to finally be with you again here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. It'll be Jeremiah Bowman at the plate to get us started in the bottom of the second, facing Chance Todd on the hill for the Hoppers. As he sets and works from the stretch here. The face Bowman, first pitch, goes and runs one inside for ball one. Bowman from Rhodes College, home of the Lynx, a D3 school. The .250 batting average so far, 1 hit on 4 at-bats so far. Next one right down the middle, counts even 1-1. Chance Todd going into this game, again, 12 innings pitched, 9 of those. He's got the leadoff batter out. Did not get it last time. That one misses low and away, count 2-1. As Thomas Kuhn got on with an errant throw from Cole Reynolds. So now he's 9 for 13 with leadoff batters out. But still a really good number for him, getting ahead and attacking early, not only in counts, but in the inning as a whole total. 2-1 pitch from Chance Todd. Out towards the left field, going back is Chance Sweeney, but not too far as he's right there underneath it. For out number 1 of the inning now, Chance Todd 10 for 14 with leadoff batters out this season. As the left fielder Owen Phillips comes up to the plate the last 2 times we faced the Railroaders. He has been the second baseman. I've liked comparing him to Brandon Phillips purely because of the name. And 2, he's also tried a few plays to look like Brandon Phillips, and it messed him up last time they were at Tiger Field. Ended up resulting in the Hoppers' 11-run comeback to win 11-6. I guess a 6-run comeback, 11 unanswered runs. Low and away, strike 1. Chance Todd gets him with a fastball outside. Owen Phillips was froze on it at the plate. The redshirt freshman on the mound gets set again. Right-handed pitcher from the belt delivers. It's out towards right field. That one's going to be played off the netting, and it cleared it. Are you kidding? Over the netting, and that one is gone. Never thought I'd see the day. Who knows? Could have been a pop fly if it's deeper, but here in Fulton, it's a home run, and it's now an even 1-1 game. Lost sight of it. It got so high up there. And I was wondering, would we see one all year long that we're here? Well, there you go. That one over a 42-foot fence and net combined in the count. As the score is tied 1-1. Still 1 out in the inning. As Stephen Meadows at the plate, right down Bradway for strike 1. Pitchers have been warned coming to this park. You might have a great day on the mound, but still give up quite a few home runs to right field with how shallow it is. The 0-1 pitch misses downstairs for an even 1-1 count. Meadows in the right field today for the Railroaders. Chance Todd, the next pitch, swing and miss. And the count is 1-2 against Meadows. So far this season, the Elizabethton, Tennessee native from Vol State Community College has a .222 batting average. Only leads the team with 2 doubles. Goes at 1 on the outside and fouls it off to stay alive. He's one of the only guys with multiple extra base hits this year. A few others have a couple of home runs. Todd, a long stare in, accepts the sign and is set again on the rubber. Fires the 1-2 pitch, goes near the head. He dives out of the way, and count evens 2-2 as they do not collide. Thank goodness. Meadows didn't see much time with the Pioneers at Vol State Community College. Only had 6 at-bats, no hits, but he did get an RBI with 2 walks. Doing much better so far with the Railroaders. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Chance Todd sits him down for his 3rd strikeout of the day. All of them have been swinging. And now there's 2 away in the inning, as that'll bring up the 9th spot. Pedro Fuentes, the shortstop for the Railroaders. It'll be our first time looking at him facing the Hoppers. He steps into the right-handed box for the right-on-right matchup. First pitch he sees a ground ball on the left side, foul for strike one. Fuentes, a sophomore, plays at Jackson State Community College from, and excuse me if I mispronounce this, Mayagüez, Puerto Rico. So, not from the continental United States, but still part of the country. The 0-1 is fouled off on the left side again, 0-2 count near the Fulton dugout. The Puerto Rico native so far this year has 1 hit on 11 at-bats. That's 1 single that he's brought in 1 run. Also has 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch. Count 0-2. On the outside, just misses the corner. Chance Todd thought he had it. Instead, the count now runs 1 ball and 2 strikes against Fuentes. That would have been 3 pitches to get out of it. Chance Todd's done that almost 46% of the time this year, getting out in 3 pitches or less in an at-bat. He pulls the string on the off-speed and gets a strikeout, swinging back-to-back Ks for Chance Todd to end the second. 1 run comes in off a solo home run. We're tied at 2. As we head to the third, we'll be right back with more Hoppers baseball in a moment on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Through 2 quick innings, the Hoppers are tied with the home Fulton Railroaders 1-1. Hello, everyone. I'm Colin Crithers bringing you today's action on the road as we are back from a 2-day break. Last time the Hoppers were in action, they lost to Paducah in sudden death. And before that, they were on quite a bit of a run, including a 9th inning RBI single from Mark Harmon to beat the Henderson Flash 10-9 on the road. Pitch misses at the bottom of the well for a ball 1. An off-speed from Brady Davis on the mound. He's got 1, 2, 3 due up. Starting with Cole Reynolds at the plate, the right-handed hitter. The 1-0 pitch goes back to the off-speed and finds the middle of the zone for an even 1-1 count. Davis, a guy who feeds off energy, especially from opposing teams. He likes upsetting them and getting in their heads. The 1-1 again goes to the off-speed out towards right field and is caught on a line by Stephen Meadows for out number 1. That makes it a 1-for-2 day from Cole Reynolds after he had a leadoff single and scored the only run so far for Hoptown. That brings up the left fielder, Chance Sweeney, who is 0-for-1. Well, a ground out to the second baseman, Thomas Kuhn. But that did move Cole Reynolds over the third, so he eventually could score. So still all worked out. First pitch, Chance Sweeney sees the at-bat grounder again over the Kuhn at second, who flips it over the first for out number 2 of the inning. Back-to-back 4-3 ground outs for the left fielder. Brings up the right fielder, Evan Jacob, which now's a cool part to point out again how good he's been at the plate so far this year. He has team lead RBIs, 14 of them, team lead home runs, 4 of them, and the best slugging percentage on the team, a 1.095. First pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. He'll leave it there for a strike. But Jacob has been DH and catcher all season. He mostly just plays catcher. And his college season with the U.S. Sports University, pitch misses inside, even 1-1 count. But his bat's been so good that you can't leave him out of the lineup. Brady Davis works through the windup, the 1-1, goes back to the curve and gets a called strike. It's the beauty of being good with at the plate that no matter what, coach will find a spot for you in the field to make sure you're in the lineup if your bat's doing that good. That one over on the left side through the 5-6 gap on the ground, and that'll be a 2-out single for Evan Jacob to avoid the 3-up, 3-down inning at the plate for the Hoppers. That'll bring up Nick Johnson, but again on Evan Jacob. Not unfamiliar with playing new positions. He pitched twice so far this year, even though before last summer, the last time he pitched was before high school, Little League. Now Nick Johnson, who did reach on an error last time, brought in the run. Pitch misses at the bottom of the well for strike one, for a ball, excuse me. Count 1-0 to Nick Johnson, the third baseman, with a runner on first and 2 outs. Pitch from Brady Davis outside again, goes into the dirt, gets away from the catcher Jeremiah Bowman, and Jacob moves into scoring position on the pass ball. Count is 2-0. Evan Jacobs so far this year has 7 runs scored. An 8th one would give the Hoppers the lead to the first 1/3 of this ball game. Count 2-0 still to Nick Johnson. Cleanup batter. Swings through one down the middle, and it's too early on it. Can't connect. It's a 2-1 count against Brady Davis. Davis this past spring in 22 appearances had a 7.11 ERA and 38 innings pitch for the Pioneers. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee. That one right down Broadway gives the count 2-2. Sophomore on the mound. But deuce is wild here on the top of the third. Runner in scoring position for Nick Johnson. Count still 2-2. Nick Johnson right back up the middle. Thomas Kuhn is there to field it perfectly and throw it over the first in time as we're still tied here at 1 apiece going to the bottom of the third. It's 1-1 as the Hoppers will be back in the field when we return with more Ohio Valley League action. Welcome to the bottom of the third here at Lowhouse Field. Hoppers tied 1-1 with the Railroaders. It'll be 1-2-3 due up for Fulton as Chance Todd still out there for the Hoppers on the mound. Thomas Kuhn will lead things off. He's 0 for 1, though. He did reach in his first at-bat. He got on with an errant throw from Cole Reynolds that barely pulled Connor Scheidt off the first base bag. Kuhn would only come around the third without scoring in that inning. So he steps into the right-handed box to face the right-handed Chance Todd. His first pitch of the third is swung on out towards the right side out of play for an 0-1 count. Kuhn also swung on the first pitch last time as he was working quickly at the plate. From Grenada, Mississippi, played at Erskine College, had a 176 batting average there this past spring. The 0-1 pitch from Chance Todd, fouled out of play again in the same spot on the right side. The count is 0-2. Kuhn now is going into this game with a 100 batting average, has only 2 hits and 20 at-bats. There's 22nd at-bat here now for the Railroaders. The 0-2 pitch from Chance Todd, and the off-speed is fouled out of play, and we'll do the 0-2 over again. Quick reset in the box, and now he is ready for the pitch from Chance Todd as he toes the rubber. Is set from the stretch. From the belt, fires a pitch, and it's tipped off into the backstop. Barely keeps himself alive at the plate there. 2 hits so far for Thomas Kuhn, both been singles, looking for an extra base hit for the first time this year in the leadoff spot. Has Nick Cossey behind him and Caleb Warren in the hole. They both got out in their first at-bats. The pitch from Chance Todd delivered to the plate outside for ball 1. Beautiful day here in Fulton after yesterday's icky wet rain out that prevented us from a game. The 1-2 pitch out towards shallow left field. Gets over the head of the shortstop, Cole Reynolds. Chance Sweeney will throw it back in with the leadoff single aboard on first. Thomas Kuhn is on for the second time today. Third base hit for the Railroaders so far on this one. They've had 2 singles as well as a solo home run over the right field fence and net, may I point out. Even the score 1-1. Now at the plate, the third baseman, Nick Cossey, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat of the game. Todd from the stretch. First pitch is out of play backwards on the foul ball. Count now runs 0-1 to Cossey, a sophomore at Montlow State Community College, again leading this team in almost every offensive category. Runner takes off from first to second. Pitch is inside. Carson Knowles throws it down, but not in time. Stolen base for Thomas Kuhn as he took off before the pitch was even thrown. So more than just a good jump. Puts himself in scoring position. That pitch was a ball. Counts even 1-1. Second stolen base of the game. First for the Railroaders as the Hoppers had the other one. That stolen base from Cole Reynolds back in the first inning. The 1-1 pitch from Chance Todd goes with the off speed that just misses the zone. The count runs 2 balls and 1 strike to Cossey. Cossey was a two-way guy for Montlow State. Mostly seen the plate so far, though, for the Railroaders. That one runs inside again near the dirt. And it's a 3-1 count. Chance Todd in some trouble right now if he walks him. Would have put the first 2 guys on. It's only been the 5th time so far this year he has not gotten the leadoff guy out, and it's starting to bite him here. Todd looks back to second, now delivers the pitch, just misses the corner with a fastball. It's a walk after the single. 2 are on for the Railroaders. Caleb Warren, the DH, now at the plate for Fulton. From Westminster College, has a .357 batting average. He flew out towards center field. That's Nate Jessup out there for the Hoppers. That's what he did in his first at-bat. He steps into the right-handed box now. The face Chance Todd, who's got a little bit of adversity on the base pads against him. That one's right down Broadway for strike 1 to begin the at-bat. Todd in his few appearances so far this year has been averaging about 14.5 pitches per inning, just over 3.5 per batter face. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and foul tipped into the backstop for an 0-2 count. Look at the day for Chance Todd. He's thrown about 32 pitches so far in this game. And about 2.2 innings of work. That's 14.5 pitches per inning so far. So he's sitting around his average, which has worked out very, very well for him so far this summer. That one swung and missed on. He gassed him up for a strikeout. His 5th of the day on the mound. Chance Todd looking fantastic despite the 2 on behind him right now. And that'll bring up the cleanup batter, J.R. North, to the plate. Todd gets set from the rubber. As now he throws the first pitch to North. It's a ground ball on the left side, foul for strike 1. North, freshman at Holmes Community College, has a .444 on base percentage so far this year. That would be the part that would be huge right now, as they've got 2 on and just 1 out after the strikeout that Todd delivered. That one is swung on to the left side, out of play. The count is 0-2. He's been working well in the strike zone in this one. So far in his 2 appearances, Chance Todd has had a 62.64 strike percentage. About 64.5 has been first pitch strikes to the batters he's faced, which is really, really good for a pitcher, getting ahead in the count early. The 0-2 pitch, right back to Todd, off his glove on the pitcher's mound. He'll spin around, throw over the first, not in time. Bases are juiced for Fulton. Should go down as a single. Really hard play. Can't believe he knocked it down, honestly. He was falling down to make sure it didn't hit him. Threw his glove up, and it just landed a foot or 2 away from him, but could not get the ball over the shite at first base in time. So with bases loaded, that'll bring up Jacob Lott, who struck out swinging to end the first inning. Stepped into the left-handed box, is looking to put one in the right center gap from South Haven, Mississippi. Finish up his second year of college baseball at Erskine College. The bases loaded pitch from Chance Todd has fouled out of play backwards. They've been aggressive at the plate, swinging a lot of these first pitches. As typical when you know really good pitchers on the mound, and you know they're going to throw a first pitch strike at the rate that Todd does. Again, about 64.5% first pitch strikes he's thrown against batters this year. That's probably going to be the best pitch you see of the at-bat. You might as well be swinging on it. That one low and outside, misses the zone. Counts even 1 ball and 1 strike for Todd on the mound. Todd Wall at Midway, transfer there from the University of Cumberland's, home of the Patriots, where Cole Reynolds, his shortstop, plays. And an off-speed foul out of play on the left side. Count runs 1-2. He redshirted with Cumberland's. Did not record any stats this past spring, though. Made only 2 appearances. Did not give up an earned run. Had a save in 4.1 innings pitched. Also only had 1 walk. Did not give up any hits. The pitch misses the bottom of the well, and the count evens 2-2. I just lost my pencil. That's great. The wind blew it off my page, off my table here, into the sands. I'll grab a new one here in a moment. That's a 2-2 pitch down to the plate, and it's out of play. We'll do it all over again. So with only 1 out still, a strikeout would be monumental for Chance Todd on the mound. On deck for Fulton as the catcher, Jeremiah Bowman, who flew out towards left field his last time. 2-2 pitch is fouled off again, and we'll do it over. I've had a few of these situations here. Last time we were here in Fulton, there was a bases-loaded situation against Evan Woodward, the closer, in his first save opportunity of the year. He shut things down without giving up a run, and he still has yet to give up 1 so far this year. 2-2 pitch again from Chance Todd over on the left side of the field in foul territory, and eventually is pushed out of play. Count remains 2-2 with bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The score is 1-1 between the Hoppers and the Railroaders. Railroaders in last place at 1-7. Hoppers 7-2 on the year. They sit in second place behind the 1-loss full count Rhythm. Todd set on the mound from the belt, delivers the pitch, 2-2, out towards deep right center field. This one getting back and is gone. Out towards right center field. It's a grand slam. The first one we've seen from either a Hopper or an opponent this year. Brings in 4 to make the score 5-1. Well, by default, this goes down as one of the more difficult games for Chance Todd, and a difficult ballpark here. Doesn't mean he's not doing well. He's throwing a lot of strikes. He's in the zone. He's got a lot of good pitches. Hasn't benefited him so far. Again, you're told when you come here you could be great on the mound. but still give up a few home runs and runs to right field in general. The score 5-1, still one out in the bottom of the third. First pitch, the next at bat, strike on the inside portion of the plate. To Jeremiah Bowman, 0-1 count to him. Bowman flew out to left field his last time up. These are Chance Todd's first earned runs he's given up of the year. Next pitch goes back to the off speed, does not drop off the table. So it's a ball that misses high and in. Count 1-1. Also, of course, the first 2 home runs Chance Todd has given up so far this year. Shakes off the first sign. Now set on the mound for the pitch after accepting the second. It's a fastball in the outside corner, called strike. The count is 1-2 to Bowman. Bowman with still only 1 hit so far this year. 2 strikeouts, one of them looking, and 4 at-bats. The 1-2 pitch from Chance Todd. Broken bat over on the left side. The shortstop Cole Reynolds gloves it, throws over the first, and uses momentum to fire and out at the bag. The second one of the inning. Bat shattered upon impact. A massive piece flew backwards. A big portion of it also went up the right field line. As that'll bring up the left fielder, Owen Phillips, who had that first home run of the game, a solo shot over the right center fence and net. I always love to point out the net. But now has 2 away in the inning and a gracious 5-1 lead. First pitch he sees, he leaves for a strike, a fastball on the outside from Chance Todd. 0-1 count. Left-handed hitter at the plate. The face of the right-handed pitcher as he's set again on the rubber. Pitches a swing and miss on the outside corner, and the count is 0-2 now. To Phillips. Played at Cleveland State Community College, home of the Cougars, a JUCO squad, where he had a .236 batting average there. Next pitch over on the right side, and is caught by a leaping Connor Scheidt. Goes up the ladder and snags out number 3 of the inning. So that'll do it. We're a third of the way through this game on the road. The Fulton Railroaders, a grand slam, give them the 5-1 lead. We'll see how the Hoppers respond in a moment when we return. Back at the top of the fourth, Railroaders lead your Hoptown Hoppers 5-1. Not the only team in action. Everyone is back in the Ohio Valley League. Let's take a moment to look around some scores in the league. The Paducah Chiefs are on the road facing the Madisonville Miners. Chiefs lead 2-1 in that game. And the Henderson Flash are playing the full count rhythm. They're so scoreless in that game early on the road at Hendersonville, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. Well, top of the fourth, it'll be 5-6-7-2 up, starting with Connor Scheidt, the face Brady Davis. First pitch way outside for ball 1 against the Indiana Southeast player. He struck out swinging then the first inning. Ahead in the count early against Brady Davis. Goes for the windup. Next pitch misses outside, a little closer to the zone, but still not very close. The count is now 2-0 to Connor Scheidt, who has had a fantastic start to his summer. His second one here with the Hoppers. The 2-0 pitch is finally finding the corner for a 2-1 count. Scheidt so far this summer, and 10 at-bats, has 6 hits for .600 batting average. 4 of them singles, 2 home runs, both in the same game against the Flash. Swings through the next one. That's low and away. County evens 2-2. Brady Davis is working quickly on the mound. He's got Nate Jessup on deck with Carson Knowles in the hole. Still got to face Connor Scheidt, who now after his strikeout is 6 for 11 on the year. That being his 3rd strikeout of the summer. 2-2 pitch. It finds the corner. Punch out looking. The first one that he's got backwards on the K on the line for Brady Davis. That'll bring up Nate Jessup to the plate. Brady Davis in his zone right now. He's a guy that's known around the league for being a bit of a chipper guy. He's, again, feeds off that negative energy a little bit. When he sees guys down or almost interact with him at the plate, he likes to egg them on, make sure they know that he's in their head. He goes with an off-speed way outside to the right-handed Nate Jessup for ball 1. Center fielder struck out to begin the 2nd inning. Now he puts one over the right field line. It stays fair, rounding first hard, going towards 2nd. The throw from the right fielder comes in quickly. Jessup returns to 1st and retreats in safely with a single for his first base hit in a Hoptown uniform. So Jessup finally knocks off the rust and gets his first hit of the summer. With 1 out away in the top of the 4th, that brings up Carson Knowles in the 7th spot. The right-handed catcher. Brady Davis on the stretch. First pitch misses the bottom of the well, and it's a 1-0 count. Knowles his last time up. Had a single. Reached first, did not get moved from there. 1-0 pitch, runner takes off. It's a ball in the dirt. Jessup slides in, tag is down, but not in time. That throw down too high from Jeremiah Bowman. There's the 2nd stolen base for your Hoppers today. That one courtesy of Nate Jessup, as Knowles now has a 2-0 count that he works with at the plate. Knowles not too much time so far this summer. Has 3 hits and 9 at-bats, now 3 for 10 or 4 for 10, excuse me. That one downstairs into 3-0 count. So 4 for 10 now after a single earlier. 2 of his hits are singles, 2 are doubles. Has a guy in scoring position with 1 out in the 4th and the 3-0 count. 3-0 pitch off speed in the middle of the zone. It's a 3-1. Probably had the red light there, looks down for the sign. And steps back in the box. Of course, 3rd base coach Max Kirby, assistant for the Hoppers. 3-1 pitch. Nate Jessup goes from 2nd to 3rd for a steal. But we'll have to return after Knowles swung and fouled it backwards. Had a good look. Jessup went for himself. Realized Brady Davis was paying him no attention on 2nd base, just attacking the batter, which I don't blame him. He's been fantastic on the mound and sitting these Hopper batters down quickly. The full count pitch as Davis now set from the belt delivers. It's over on the right side through the 3-4 gap. Nate Jessup will get the stop sign going to 3rd. Carson Knowles with a single. And now 2 are on the corners for the Hoppers. That seal monumental puts a man on 3rd base with still only 1 out. And now at the plate for Hoptown will be Owen Hutchinson, the DH, for his 2nd at-bat this summer. Flew out to right field his last time up, as shallow as it is. 2 on now, though. His first pitch went fishing at 1 in the dirt and could not connect on the swing. It's a 0-1 count. Again, Hutchinson, a guy who will be exploring the transfer portal, looking for a new place to play next spring. Throw over the first, not in time, as Knowles is back in safely. So got a little bit to prove this summer. Really good guy. Met him before the game. Has a lot of fun with this sport. He said no matter what, got to be around baseball. Fouls 1 out of play on the left side, 0-2 count. More so that was something I was telling him, and he absolutely agreed. He goes, when in doubt, want to be around baseball, and he reminded me, and he wants to remind the fans that good baseball, good people in the Hopkinsville area. It's really fun to be around this league, as that one's in the dirt for a 1-2 count. So he's happy to be here and back this summer with the Hoppers. Count again 1-2 as Brady Davis gets back on the mound, looks over the first, and now is set from the stretch throw over. Move the first as Knowles won't even have to slide, getting back in safely. Have Caden Slaughter on deck in the 9th spot, and then top of the order due up for the Hoppers. As Davis looks in quickly, already knew what the sign was going to be. 1-2 pitch, and Hutchins stays alive, fouls that onto the roof here with how this is set up. A really good setup here at Fulton, a wood grandstand behind home plate. Party deck area in left field that no one's occupying today. And the 1-2 pitch now to the plate. Hutchinson right up the middle. Gets past the shortstop as he was going to cover second. That'll bring in a run on the RBI single and makes it 5-2. Hutchinson with his first RBI and hit for the Hoppers this summer. Puts runners on first and second as Knowles moves up the bag to second base. That'll bring up Caden Slaughter in the 9th spot, who's so far 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. But still only one away. Top of the 4th, first pitch he sees from Brady Davis, a slider that runs outside for ball 1. Davis has a great off speed, but will beat you with a fastball if you're not ready for it. So head coach Chris Benny told his team that's what you got to beat Davis on, the fastball. Off speed again out towards the right field. Steven Meadows underneath it and will catch it for out number 2. No tag from Carson Knowles. And the ball is back in the infield, 2 outs away in the 4th. Little pop fly to right field will bring up the top of the order again. Cole Reynolds is back up for the 3rd time today. With 2 outs in the top of the North. He's got runners on first and second. A shortstop with a 1-for-2 start to the day, a single and a line out to right field. Also the first run of the game. Back at the top of the 1st. First pitch of the 3rd at bat, and off speed to left side. Diving play from the shortstop. Can't get up to it. It goes into left field. They're sending Carson Knowles home to the plate. He's going to score. RBI single for Cole Reynolds. And there's 2 runs in the 4th. First and second again as Hutchinson replaces Knowles on second base. Reynolds replaces him on first, and of course Knowles comes in off the RBI single. Score is now 5-3. May have said that wrong. If I did, I'm going to be very sad. Please don't be upset with me. Nonetheless, Chance Sweeney at the plate, the left fielder. Runner takes off, and he's going to reach third safely. Throw down the second as Cole Reynolds went delayed. Ball is dropped on the tag from Fuentes, and there's now 2 in scoring position from the Hoppers. That'll be a stolen base for Hutchinson, his first steal. And Cole Reynolds now goes into the bag safely on the delayed steal. So now 2 in scoring position. As Brady Davis delivers to Chance Sweeney. Pitch outside for a ball. Count now 2-0 at the plate at Chance Sweeney. Really good move from Hutchinson. He took off to third before the pitch was even thrown. That's the second time that's happened today, even though Nate Jessup had the return after a foul ball. And that one's in towards the second baseman. A pop out will end it here in the top of the 4. 2 runs come across. They cut the deficit in half. Hoppers trail 5-4 as we head to the bottom half of the inning here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network from Fulton, Kentucky. Bottom of the fourth with Chance Side out on the mound for your Hoptown Hoppers. They scored 2 in the top half of the inning to make the score 5-3, still in favor of the home Fulton Railroaders here at Lowhouse Field. Hello, everyone. I'm Colin Crithers with today's action here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Glad to have you here with us after 2 days off, and I know Fulton does not have their live stream today, unfortunately. So whether you're here from Hoptown or that pitch in the dirt for ball 1, whether you're here from Hopkinsville or Fulton or wherever you may be joining us, we welcome you with open arms. Glad you are here with us today for our broadcast. Steven Meadows, the right fielder, at the plate with a 1-0 count to begin the at-bat. Chance Side delivers the pitch, and that one not in the dirt, but still low for ball 2. Meadows on the day so far, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, 1 of 2 in the second inning for Chance Side. The other one, the man on deck, Pedro Fuentes, had. That one ripped over to the left side, gets past a leaping Nick Johnson at third base. He'll around first hard and hold up as the throw comes in from Chance Sweeney in left field with a leadoff single. So now the shortstop, Pedro Fuentes, the other strikeout in the second inning, comes up to the plate for the Railroaders. Obviously 0 for 1 start on the day. Set from the stretch, delivers from the rubber. It is just above the letters for ball 1. Fuentes again from Puerto Rico, who is struggling so far this summer. Throw over the first, not in time. Only has 1 hit and now 12 at-bats for Fulton. And plays at Jackson State Community College. Had a decent spring, .237 batting average with a .442 on base percentage. Chance Satu looks over the first, throws the pitch. Runner takes off, looking for a steal. Throw is there, tag is down. They've got a man caught stealing. Carson Knowles throws out. Steven Meadows trying to swipe a bag. So 1 away in the inning. As that pitch missed the zone at the 2-0 count, but Carson Knowles cuts down the runner. Terrific throw from Knowles right in the perfect spot. Caden Slaughter was the man on second. Didn't have to move his glove at all for the tag. Next pitch, foul ball left side on the ground, and the count is now 2-1. Pedro Fuentes. OPS north of 700 this past spring as well. 2-1 pitch from Chance Todd. A soft dribbler on the left side. Cole Reynolds across the body. The Connor Scheidt, and is there in time for the second out of the inning. Great throw and even better grab from Connor Scheidt on first base, as it almost pulled him all the way off. Instead, the Hoppers now have 2 away as we head to the top of the lineup. Thomas Kuhn up for the 3rd time today. He's reached both times, once from an error and once from a single that he came around and scored on after a grand slam from Jacob Lott an inning ago. 2 outs, no one on, goes with the off speed and misses the corner for a 1-0 count to begin the Thomas Kuhn. The 1-0 pitch is hit out towards right field in the air. A pop fly that is cut by the second baseman, Caden Slaughter, as the Hoppers go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 4th. They still trail 5-3, as we'll be right back with more Hoppers baseball from Fulton, Kentucky after this break. This Hoppers team has looked great this year, 7-2 record. One of their 2 losses in sudden death fashion. That's a team that your kids are definitely going to want to see and look up to, especially when they're home tomorrow in Madisonville. But you also want your kids to learn from them. They'll have a kids camp this year that runs from June 16th to June 18th, hosted by the Hoptown organization. You'll be led by one of the best coaches in the league, Chris Benny, and some of the best players in the Ohio Valley League. They'll get to see their stars up close and personal and learn from them. The best of the best. It's for kids age 5 through 12. As first pitch of the inning, a college strike as we're set here in the top of the 5th. But again, June 16th through 18th, kids baseball camp hosted by the Hoptown Hoppers. They'll learn all the skills they need to become successful ball players. Pitch 1-1 inside to Evan Jacob at the plate. As Davis works extremely quick on the mound. It's ridiculous. The 1-1 through the windup. Misses in the dirt, 2-1 count. Now your kids will do about everything from pitching, hitting, fielding, base running. They'll receive a camp T-shirt and, of course, skills and free admission to one game this summer season. That next pitch misses, a 3-1 count, $75 per kid that wants to join, with additional family member being only $55. Ground ball over to the third baseman is gloved and thrown across the diamond, fired over in time for the first out of the inning. As now Evan Jacob, 1 for 3 on the day after the 5-3 ground up, brings up Nick Johnson again for the final time. Kids Baseball Camp hosted by Hoptown, June 16th through 18th. For more information or to sign up for it, go to the HoptownHoppers.org page online and click on the Kids Camp page at the top of the website. Nick Johnson, the cleanup spot with 1 out in the inning. Swings at the first pitch, foul tip, and into the dirt for strike 1. Johnson so far in the day is 0 for 2. He reached in the first inning on an error that brought Cole Reynolds to the plate for the first run. And had a 4-3 ground out last time to end the third inning. Back now in the top of the 5th as we are working quickly through this game. Freddie Davis works through the windup. The pitch, off speed. Dribbler over to the shortstop, Fuentes. He grabs it on the third bounce and has a light throw over the first in time to go 2 up, 2 down. 5-3 ground up, followed up by a 6-3. Brings up Connor Scheidt to the plate. And they've been warned at the plate against Brady Davis. You want to beat him on the fastball and never feed into him on the mound. If you know that, if you let him know that he's upset you, he's going to feed off that and only get better, is what Chris Benny told his team. Pitch and off speed outside, 1-0. So by giving him that fire, he's going to be better, more consistent on the mound, going to be working quicker, going to throw you better pitches, and it'll be a lot harder to get on the bases. 1-0, swung on a fastball and missed. It's a 1-1 count now. Brady Davis showing out in his 5th inning of work in front of the home crowd. It's a little light today here in Fulton. 1-1, ground ball over the first baseman is caught, and J.R. North steps on the bag to go 3 up, 3 down in the inning. Well, as the sun continues to set here in Fulton, the Hoppers trail by 2. We head to the bottom of the 5th here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Don't go anywhere. We've got more baseball in a moment. Halfway through Game 10 of the season, 2-3-4 due up for the Railroaders. We welcome you in to the broadcast here tonight for this June 10th Wednesday night edition of Ohio Valley League Baseball from Lowhouse Field in Fulton, Kentucky. Hoppers trail 5-3 to the Railroaders. You go back to the last time these two faced off at Tiger Field in Hopkinsville. Railroaders got off to a 6-0 lead that the Hoppers eventually came back on in the last 3-4 innings of the game. His first pitch of the inning, a called strike on a fastball, and had 11 unanswered runs to beat the Railroaders for the second time. So 2-0 against them so far this year. The 0-1 pitch from Chance Todd on the outside, swung on, and got a piece of it, but fouled it out of play backwards. That's Nick Cossey at the plate for this third time. He's over one of the day with a strikeout. Also reached on a walk in the third inning, came around on that grand slam from Jacob Lott. Chance Todd now sets for the 0-2 pitch, fires it, and he goes to the off speed that runs outside for ball one. And Todd, the 1-2 pitch now to the plate. Goes back to the off speed, backhanded by Cole Reynolds. That short throw over the first in time for out number one of the inning. Great throw from Cole Reynolds. Had to set himself and made sure he was collected before a throw over. He had an extra step to do it, thank goodness. And he fired it in time for the 6-3 ground out to begin the inning. That'll bring up Caleb Warren, the DH for the Railroaders. So far in the day, he's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. First pitch of the at-bat misses upstairs for a ball one. Again, despite the couple of home runs, that's the only way the Railroaders have scored. Chance Todd sat in the zone very, very well so far. The 1-0 pitch now to the plate. Misses downstairs 2-0. As I say that, he's in a 2-0 hole. But he's been in the zone well. He's been in the zone very, very well. The past two games against the Madisonville Miners, he's thrown just over 62% strikes out of 174 pitches coming into the game. 2-0 fouled back into the netting. And would have been just over my left shoulder if there was no fence. That's why we have one there. It's a 2-1 count. You join us a fourth of the way through the season. The Hoppers look like they're contenders. We'll go through the final bit of this year. Runs one outside for ball three, and it's a 3-1 count. At the plate now to Caleb Warren with J.R. North on deck. Battling the heart of the order, Chance Todd set again on the rubber. Goes from the belt, the pitch, the 3-1 is fouled backwards into 3-2 now. He fell behind, but he's finding a way to get back in the zone and not give up this at-bat. Looking to sit down Caleb Warren here in the top of the fifth inning, or the bottom of the fifth inning, excuse me. Hoppers trail 5-3. With one out, no one on the bases, Chance Todd set and delivers the pitch, a 3-2 inside on an off speed for a one-out walk. Well, that's the second walk of the day so far for Chance Todd. Puts a runner on first for J.R. North and only one out in the inning. North on the day is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. One he came around on and scored on, you guessed it, the grand slam. You've all heard enough of that from me so far. First pitch of the third at bats to North, out towards right center field, going back. That one's going to be off the pole that holds up the netting, bounced into the right center field. Throw coming in from right field, Ever Jacob. Tag is down on second as he slides in, but he's safe. Warren holds up at third. Two are in scoring position after J.R. Norris double. Dangerous situation with still only one out in the inning. Railroaders look to extend their two-run lead. It's 5-3 right now. They scored 6 again at Tiger Field, the most runs they've scored in the two games that they faced against the Hoppers. They bring in both runners that are in scoring position now. They'll have their season-high total runs against the Hoppers. At the plate is Jacob Lott, who had the grand slam last time. That one on the ground, up the middle into center. That'll bring in both runs. It'll be a 2 RBI single as the second run finally comes across the plate. Score is now 7-3. Railroaders lead off the, again, 2 RBI single. It's been an incredible day for Jacob Lott. After the grand slam, he now has 6 RBIs on the day. Very impressive. 3 consecutive got on after the leadoff guy had a ground out to Cole Reynolds. Now just a runner on first and a 7-3 lead with only 1 out in the inning. Assistant coach Max Kirby takes the slow walk out to meet Chance Todd and his infield. We take a look at how things have unfolded for Chance Todd in this one. Coming into the game, had not given up a single earned run on the year. Well, one came across on a solo home run in the second inning, then give up a pair of singles and a walk to load the bases in the third inning, was followed up by a grand slam from Jacob Lott. Both of those home runs over the 42-foot net in right field. That made it a 5-run game. And then just this inning, it was a ground out followed up by a walk, a double, and a 2 RBI single. Meeting is adjourned as Max Kirby returns back to the Hoptown dugout. And Jeremiah Bowen now steps into the right-handed box with an 0-for-2 start on his line. They face the right-handed pitcher. Long look in as Chance Todd now set. Couple looks over the first, now delivers the pitch, misses at the bottom of the well. And the count is 1-0 to Bowman. His 2 outs today have been put in play. One a fly out, one a ground out. And attends D3 Rhodes College. The 1-0 pitch is just above the chest. The 2-0 count was right down the heart of the plate, but could not get the height as he looks over the first before getting set from the rubber. The pitch from the belt delivered, and it's popped up, but finally out of play. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Chance Todd, a Midway Eagle who attended Pulaski County High School, home of the Maroons. The 2-1 count as he delivers the pitch, and it just barely misses the zone. Could it be much closer without missing? If he brought it in a little bit, would assume it would be called against Jeremiah Bowman. Instead, now a 3-1 count against the catcher. Still a runner on first with 1 out, and a 7-3 game is the score. That one is down the heart of the plate, but misses high again. And Chance Todd's confused where he missed that one, throws his hands up, asking for his dugout to ask where that one missed. Obviously, asking the coach. I'm going to be honest, I guess it must have just been high, but it was very, very close. There is the second walk of the inning. Puts runners on first and second as Bowman reaches. That'll bring up the left fielder, Owen Phillips. So 1-for-2 day for him. His 1 hit, a solo home run back in the second inning. That cleared the net. First pitch now from Chance Todd. It looks back to second, delivers, and it misses in the dirt for ball 1. You look back to the last few games for Chance Todd, over 64% of the batters he faced had a first pitch strike against them. He has not delivered on that part here. In the past 2 innings, has gotten away from him. That's why the runs have been starting to score. That one's out towards left center field, and Nate Jessup running in. And the left fielder lands in front of Chance Sweeney. Throw in the second, not in time for the tag. And the bases are juiced yet again for the Railroaders. Second time today after the single. So it's Jacob Lott standing on third, Jeremiah Bowman on second, Owen Phillips on first after the single. That'll bring up Stephen Meadows from Ball State Community College, a.k.a. Bugs, and he'll see a new pitcher on the mound, Chris Benny. Take the trot out there. We'll take the ball from Todd. That'll do it on his day. We'll have his full line. That'll still be open, and a new pitcher on the mound. When we return, we'll have all his info in a moment. New pitcher in for the Hoppers. Andrew Mays now toes the rubber. He's thrown once so far for Hoptown. That was back on Sunday, the last time that the Hoppers were in action. They were on the road facing the Paducah Chiefs. He came in for the 9th inning and pitched the sudden death inning as well. So he recorded 1 1/3 innings of work, giving up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, 2 hit by pitches, and a strikeout in that one that he delivered for the Hoppers. So it looked really good out on the mound. Things got away, and it's really hard to throw in sudden death, especially when you just came out graduating from Christian County High School, home of the Colonels. Of course, now will be the Christian County High School Tigers that are combining with Hopkinsville High School next year. Something that's familiar for Christian County after they were made up of 5 rural high schools back in the 1900s. Well, he's now on the mound to come in for Chance Todd, who went 4 1/3, giving up so far 7 runs on 8 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Line is still open as all 3 runners on the bases are his responsibility. That's a situation that Mays inherits. Bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th as his team trails by 4. At the plate, after Chance Todd saw 6 come up to the plate this inning, it'll be Steven Meadows in the 8th spot. First pitch he sees from Andrew Mays, swinging and missing on an off-speed for strike 1. Great pitch from Andrew Mays as Meadows so far 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Meadows has also caught ceiling from Carson Knowles, trying to swipe second after a single. Next pitch out towards left field. Chance Sweeney charging back towards the wall. It's back. It'll land and 2 hop the warning track. 1 will come across. Here comes a second run, and it'll be just a single as the runner on first had the hold up before headed to second. 2 come across on the 2 RBI single. The score is now 9-3. That's Lott and Bowman that score. Now runners on first and second. Owen Phillips on second base after that one. Pedro Fuentes comes up to face Andrew Mays after his single. Both runs, of course, go against Chance Todd, so now he's given up 9 in this one. The pitch from Andrew Mays out towards right field on a line out of play for strike 1. Fuentes on the day 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to the shortstop, Cole Reynolds. No defensive changes after the pitching change from the Hoptown bullpen. After this, it'll be the top of the lineup for the Railroaders. Swing, foul tip into the glove of Carson Knowles behind the dish. And Mays has got no 2 count. Been in the zone for every pitch so far. Trying to sit a man down right here. Looks back to second twice. Now the 0-2 pitch from the belt gets away from Carson Knowles. Runner takes off for third, and both move up a bag on the pass the ball. It's a 1-2 count with 2 in scoring position and still only 1 out in the inning. And you look at Fuentes this season from Puerto Rico. Has yet to record an RBI. The 1-2 pitch over on the left side on the ground, and it's in the infield. So Nick Johnson will be able to look the runner back to third, throw over the first for the out, and no one scores. About as perfect of a situation you could ask for on the mound and from your head coach, Chris Benny. The 5-3 ground out sends the top of the lineup back up. The 9th batter comes up this inning for the Railroaders in form of Thomas Kuhn. But with Nick Johnson looking the runner back, no one scored. So 2 still in scoring position with 2 outs. Kuhn up for the 4th time today. First pitch, tries the outside corner and misses for ball 1. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Also reached on an error from Cole Reynolds, throwing over the first to begin this game. Last at bat was a pop out. The 1-0, off speed, grounder over the Slaughter at second. It was rocketed over there. Throw over the first with plenty of time to spare will finally end the damage. 5 come across in the inning. The Hoppers trail 9-3. They've got a lot of work when they return to the plate at the top of the sixth. We'll be right back with their batting in a moment. Hoptown Hoppers have a 40-game regular season plus a postseason at the end of July. You'll be able to find all games here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network YouTube page all year long, as well as on WHOP 95.3 FM, The Farm, for all home games. So we'll be on the radio for the home games as well as the playoffs. If you're in the Hopkinsville area, you just turn the dial to 95.3 FM. If not, you can look up 953thefarm.com online and listen that way if you prefer that option. But if not, we will be right here with a live stream all year long, whether the team is home or away, obviously, as we are today with a 9-3 deficit. 6-7-8 due up for the Hoppers, beginning with Nate Jessup at the plate. Brady Davis, still the pitcher, goes an off-speed in the dirt for ball one. 5 runs came across against Chance Todd last inning. And now the Hoppers trail 9-3. They've got a lot of work to make up for. But remember, Hoppers trailed by 6 last time they played, as that one's found on the left side off the foot of Nate Jessup. Evens the count 1-1. He'll take a moment to walk off the stinger on the top of his shoelaces. Now, it was a 6-0 game, 9-3 last time at home. But it's still 11 unanswered for the win against the Railroaders at home. Jessup finally now ready to get set back in the right-handed box. He's got a 1-for-2 day with a strikeout, his first single of the summer. The 1-1 pitch. Slapped out towards right field, going back, and that one is gone! Over the netting! A solo shot from Nate Jessup. And the score now 9-4. 3 times today has gone over the net. First time for the Hoppers in this one with a solo shot. And that'll bring up Carson Knowles as they're starting to chip away at the deficit. What an amazing swing there. Looked like a little flying ball that could have hit the top of the netting. Instead, got over top of it. And now Carson Knowles at the plate. First pitch misses the zone just barely. Not sure where that one missed. Knowles so far in the day, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. In the right-handed box, the 1-0 pitch misses out. Oh, yeah, misses outside, I was about to say. Count now 2-0. Umpire started to bring his hand out as if the call is strike. I was going to be shocked by it. Just telling the pitcher it was outside. 2-0 pitch now from the windup and off speed that finds the inside corner and makes the count 2-1 against Carson Knowles at the dash. Knowles from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, watches the same off speed, hit the same spot in the strike zone. Counts even 2-2. Played at Eagleville High School, where he was a 2-time state champ. In his 4 years, though, with Eagleville, they won all 4 years the state championship in Tennessee. 2-2 outside on a fastball. Count is now 3-2. So the full count, the Carson Knowles has Owen Hutchinson on deck with Slaughter in the hole here in the top of the 6th inning. 9-4 deficit. Davis through the windup, out down the left field line. That one is going to be just foul. So Knowles already rounding first. Will have to go back and do it all over. Good shot down the line. If it was fair, it would have landed. Left fielder there, Owen Phillips, would not have caught up to it in time. Probably would have been a double, too, for Knowles. Instead, he returns to the box. He has 3 singles and 2 doubles so far this year. The 3-2 pitch again from Davis goes to the off speed, and it misses the corner for a walk. Home run and a walk is how we get started here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Owen Hutchinson, the DH, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 4th inning. And just finished at Columbia State Community College and the transfer portal. Davis looks over to first, and it's a swing and miss from Hutchinson. He pulled the string on him with an off-speed. Brady Davis has been working very well on the mound, very quickly too, so not giving these hitters much time to breathe in between pitches. The 0-1 outside on a fastball, and the count is now 1-1. Hopper scored a run in the first, 2 back in the 4th, and now 1 so far in the 6th after a solo home run. That one tries the outside corner, misses again with a fastball. And in the box, Hutchinson's ahead, 2-1. Davis again already back on the rubber, looks in for the sign, accepts, and now is set from the stretch. From the belt, the 2-1 goes with the off speed and hits the corner. Counts even 2-2. That froze Hutchinson in the zone. On look in again. Set. Delivers a 2-2 pitch outside, and the count runs full yet again. It's where he had Carson Knowles before he fouled one up the left field line and eventually walked him on an off speed that ran in the left-handed batter's box. Now facing a left-handed hitter, the 3-2 pitch again, swing and miss from Hutchinson for a strikeout. First out of the inning via a punch out brings up Caden Slaughter to the dish with a runner on first and 1 out. Slaughter 0 for 2 in the day with a strikeout and a fly out to right field. He's got the top of the order with Cole Reynolds on deck behind him. Big gap in left center field. Could do damage with it as his team trails by 5. First pitch, off speed, and it runs way too far inside. Hits Caden Slaughter. He reaches on a hit by pitch, and now 2 are on for the Hoppers. That's Hudson Hamilton. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It was fired up in the dugout with the hit by pitch, screaming, hooting, hollering, and then cheering on Cole Reynolds as he walks up, but he'll be delayed as there'll be a meeting on the mound right now for the Railroaders. Out there is their pitching coach, Josh Wooten, grad assistant for Tusculum in Greenville, Tennessee, and that will be the day for Brady Davis. He starts to walk off to a standing ovation from the Fulton fans. They'll bring in a new pitcher. We'll have all the details on the new arm. In just a moment, we'll be right back with more Hoppers baseball. Brady Davis's day is done out in the mound now as Micah Sanders for the Fulton Railroaders from Ormond Beach, Florida. He goes up and plays at Erskine College, where did not record any stats this past spring, but so far this summer, he's made 4 appearances. He's got 4.2 innings of work, where he's given up 5 runs, all earned on 4 hits and 7 walks, while also hitting 2 batters. He has also thrown 9 strikeouts. So a guy who's in the zone, been giving up hits, but also striking out batters. So have Cole Reynolds to face him here and get us started. First pitch swung on and lined out of play into the Hoppers bullpen for strike 1. Reynolds up for the 4th time today. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a line out to right field. Long look in from the left-handed pitcher from Florida. Now set from the stretch. 0-1 pitch. Cole Reynolds over to the right side. It is gloved by the second baseman, Kuhn, over the first. Brings the first baseman off the bag, but he'll fall on it in time for Cole Reynolds out. Number 2 of the inning, but that puts 2 in scoring position. Carson Knowles moves into third base. Caden Slaughter moves into second after the hit by pitch ended the day for Brady Davis. That'll bring up Chance Sweeney to the plate. He's now the 6th batter to come up this inning. With 2 away and 2 on. Hoppers shown 9-4 here in the top of the 6th. Pitch from Micah Sanders goes with a curveball and almost hits the head of Chance Sweeney, just misses for ball 1. Sweeney on the day is 0 for 3 with a pair of groundouts to the second baseman and a a pop out to the second baseman as well. So he has been a magnet to the 4th spot in the field. The 1-0 pitch now from the lefty. Swung on and missed by Sweeney. Count 1-1 to the Auburn Montgomery Warhawk, who's got a 3.48 batting average this year. 8 hits on 23 at-bats going into this game. Has brought in 5 RBIs so far this year. Chance to make it 7 if he puts one in the gap. And the left-handed hitter will call time after Sanders took too long to accept the sign. Again, Knowles stands on third. Slaughter stands on second. With Sweeney at the plate with 2 outs. You've got Evan Jacob on deck, the right fielder today. Sanders long stare in as he's back set in the box, and now he's ready for the pitch. The 1-1 delivery. Off speed again, over in the left field, and gets over the head of Owen Phillips. 2 will come across. Sweeney digging for second. And he will hold up with a 2 RBI double. The score is now 9-6. Chance Sweeney, the clutch for his first base of the day, brings across 2. It's a 3 spot now in the inning. And Slaughter and Knowles score. So just a runner on second now, still in scoring position for Evan Jacob walking up to the dish. As his team now only trails by 3, they are climbing back into this one after they trailed as much as 9-4 in this one. First pitch, Evan Jacob misses upstairs for a ball. 7-2 at one point. And going into this inning, the score was 9-3, so they've trailed by 6 runs max in this game. Micah Sanders accepts the sign, is set from the rubber. Pitch from the belt, delivers. It's out towards right center field. Going back towards the net, is off of it and stays in the field of play. That one is playable, comes back in. It's an RBI single. Sweeney took off contact and scores. 4th run of the inning. And now it's 9-7. Runner on first. And that brings up Nick Johnson in the cleanup spot, playing third today. Runner on first with still 2 outs. The 2-out rally has brought in now 3 runs. Pickoff move the first as Jacob, is back in safely. Jacob, after that hit, is now 2 for 4 in the day with 2 singles. Johnson, 0 for 3, though he'd reached on an error so far. And off speed runs across the zone for strike 1. Johnson steps back into the right-handed box as the left-handed pitcher accepts the sign and is set on the mound. The delivery It runs inside with a fastball. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike to face Johnson from Indiana Southeast. Got his collegiate teammate Connor Scheid on deck. He's got a lot of power and pop, so getting on could really turn this game on its head. The 9-7 score, and that one's grounded up the middle over the head of the pitcher. Throw over the first, pulls the first baseman off the bag, goes all the way to the fence. Evan Jacob goes up to third, holds up there. Nick Johnson moves into scoring position on second base after the error. 2 are on in scoring position. The 2-out rally continues. That throw from Fuentes, the shortstop. That'll bring up the 9th batter to the plate this inning, Connor Scheid. After the E6. Scheit is 0 for 3 on the day, but this is a dangerous batter at the plate. Has a pair of home runs, has 6 hits, now 13 at-bats, 2 strikeouts on the day, though. First pitch on his 4th at-bat, runs outside with a fastball for a ball. Scheit's a guy who is pure power at the plate and can easily rip one over the netting. Those home runs he hit at Henderson would have easily cleared the 42-foot wall and right. Pitch misses outside for a ball. They call it the Little Monster here at Fulton. Doesn't have the same green wall effect, and obviously is in right field instead of left field like it is at Fenway. But nonetheless has the same idea to where it is gigantic out there. 2-0 pitch to the plate, left outside. It's a 3-0 count to Connor Scheit. You still got to be careful with where you throw this one, as if he blasts one away, he could take the lead here in the 6th. 4 runs have already come across. You still have a bag open. Sanders, the pitch, the 3-0, is right down Broadway for strike 1. Count now 3-1. The Connor Scheit, the first baseman. Also from Indiana Southeast with a 6.36 on base percentage going into this game. Made contact with 80% of the pitches he swung at. The 3-1, fouled out of play, and the count has run full. Left-handed pitcher will reset on the mound to face the left-handed batter. Evan Jacob stands on third, Nick Johnson on second. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Score 9-7 in favor of the Railroaders. The full count pitch now from Sanders, misses in the dirt, and there's a full count walk. The bases are loaded for the Hoppers. That brings up Nate Jessup, who began this inning with a solo home run over the netting in right field. Sanders has a dangerous situation against him. Tying run on second. Go ahead on first. Nate Jessup at the plate with a 2-for-3 day. He's got a single and a solo home run. Pitch now from Sanders to the right-handed Jessup, fouled into the backstop for strike 1. And Jessup from Fort Wayne, Indiana, where he attended Northrop High School. Made varsity all 4 years in baseball with the Bruins of Northrop High School. As he now waits the 0-1 pitch. Swings through it for strike 2. He's in an 0-2 hole. Redshirt freshman studying finance. He's a big fan of the Chicago Bears, which I'm sure he wasn't very pleased with the news of them probably moving to Indiana, which I agree is annoying and dumb. But nonetheless, he's focused on bringing in a pair of runs here to tie this game. He's brought in 1 this inning on his home run, a chance to do it again in the same inning. The 0-2 pitch to Jessup, swing on and miss for the strikeout. Well, that'll do it here in the inning. Hoppers get 4 back. They trail by 2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th here at Low House Field. Don't go anywhere. The Hoppers are starting to make yet again another comeback. Andrew Mays, the pitcher for the Hoppers, will have to face 2, 3, 4 in the order, starting with Nick Cossey. As this team just got him 4 runs at the plate, they only trailed by 2. We've got ourselves a ball game here at Low House Field. You're watching Hoppers baseball here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network, brought to you by Colin Crithers. Give you today's action. There's action now in the Fulton bullpen. Not 100% sure who was throwing right now. No true action in the Hoppers bullpen, as Andrew Mays, the right-handed pitcher, is set to face the right-handed batter, Nick Cossey. First pitch is a called strike right down the middle. Cossey up for the 4th time today is 0 for 2 with a walk that he came around and scored on back in the 3rd. Battling the Christian County graduate. Next one, an off-speed finds the corner, and the count now 0-2 to begin the bottom of the 6th on the road. 0-2 delivery, goes to the off-speed and cannot get him to chase it one outside. 1-2. Mays, again, a newer guy to the roster, did not start the season with them, but has been adjusting quickly to the guys and has been really nice to have along with every game. Seemed a little timid at first, but really has grown to be very liked in this roster. Pitch runs inside and barely touches the batter for a hit by pitch. So after an 0-2 start to the count, Cossey is on safely. I'll bring up Caleb Bourne, the DH, who is 0 for 2 in the day, who also came on back in the 5th inning with a walk and scored one of 4 runs to score that inning, as 0-9 came to the plate for the Railroaders in the bottom of the 5th, followed up by a top of the 6th where the Hoppers plated 4 and saw 10 runners come to the plate. No outs, runner on first. Mays now set, pick it off, move to the first, and not in time. And facing Caleb Warren right now, the DH, who plays at Westminster College. First pitch he sees from Mays, runs inside for a ball near the head. Look at Mays outing against Paducah. Throwing about 61.5% of his pitches for strikes. He threw 26 pitches in that game. Next one runs outside, 2-0 count. Against the few batters that he faced in that one, had a 71.43 first pitch strike percentage. So getting ahead in counts very consistently. Not in this one, obviously, with a 2-0. Can work back into it. Instead, he throws one in the dirt for a 3-0 count. He's got himself quite the hole to work out of right now. Warren steps out of the right-handed box and resets. To face the right-handed pitcher from the belt. The delivery right down Bradway for strike 1. Sun's about set here, as the lights are the only reason we've got illumination and vision right now in this one. 3-1 pitch delivered now to the plate. It misses below the knees, and there's a walk to follow the hit by pitch. 2 on quickly against Andrew Mays, as that'll bring up J.R. North, the cleanup batter, playing first base. He is 3 for 3 with 2 singles and double, 2 runs as well. Got to get this guy out because Jacob Lott stands on deck. He's got 6 RBIs on the day waiting for you with the next batter. Carson Knowles takes a moment to have a meeting, a quick conversation with Andrew Mays. It's about over at this point. Letting him know, hey, let's throw these fastballs here, I'd assume. Let's throw them low in the zone. You're definitely looking for a ground ball in this situation. So wouldn't be shocked if we're seeing a lot of fastballs low and possibly away. I don't think that part will be as crucial, but low and away should be the goal here. Set it from the stretch with runners on first and second and no outs. The pitch is an off speed for a strike. Call me dumb while you're at it. J.R. North at the plate again. But you know what that says? Andrew Mays has a lot of confidence on the mound, and Carson Knowles has a lot of confidence in his pitcher. Not tell him go straight to the fastball. Goes back to the off speed and stays upstairs too long before falling off the table. Count even 1-1. One pitch to the plate as a ground ball over the first baseman Connor Scheidt with the out at second. No throw over the first as no one's covering the bag. That'll put runners on the corners with one out for the Railroaders. A productive out as North reaches on the fielder's choice, puts a man 90 feet away from scoring, trying to extend the Railroaders' lead that they had at one point, a 6-run lead. Now only 2 after a 4-run top half of the 6. You've got Jacob Lott now at the plate, a dangerous man with 6 RBIs on the day. He's feeling himself. Runner takes out from first to second, swing and miss. That one was stuck in the dirt. Carson Knowles cannot grab it in time, so no throw down. That's just a straight steal for J.R. North. That's the second steal of the day for the Railroaders, as Lott now carries an 0-1 count at the plate. At the grand slam back in the third. 0-1 pitch, foul out of play on the left side. Mays has got him in an 0-2 hole. Really huge right now against Lott, who before this game has really struggled. Had only 1 hit, that being a single, 1 RBI, 2 runs. Has reached on 5 walks, though. He's exploded in this game with a 2-for-3 start. A strikeout, a grand slam, and a 2 RBI single. Left-handed hitter steps out of the box to recalibrate. With Jeremiah Brown on deck. Lott from South Haven, Mississippi, plays at Erskine College. At a 400 on base percentage there. 333 on base percentage for the Railroaders going into this game. Dramatically jumping up right now, though. That one in the dirt gets away from Carson Knowles. The runners will hold point at second and third on the pitch. No damage. With it, count now 1 ball and 2 strikes against the batter. Not before Erskine College again. Played at Holmes Community College. He was with this team a season ago. So it's the second year these Fulton fans are seeing him in a Railroaders uniform. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and miss. Mays with a punch out. And there's 2 away in the 6. Huge out right there with 2 in scoring position. Your team down by a couple of runs. Now you just got to get 1 more with Jeremiah Bowman coming up to the dish in the right-handed box. They'll exchange for a new baseball on the mound. A huge out from Mays right there. That's his first strikeout of the game. His second strikeout with the Hoppers this summer. Faces Bowman, who is 0-for-2 on the day. He reached on a walk and scored an inning ago. And 0-9 came to the plate. Mays the pitch. Misses down low for a ball and a curve. Great pitch there as he faces Bowman. Outside of that run coming into this game, he's only got 2 runs so far this year. The 1-0. Outside corner for a strike on a fastball. The count's even 1-1 against Lott. Mays, though just getting adjusted, the guys definitely doesn't need time to adjust on the mound. Against Paducah in here, he's looked extremely comfortable. That one ripped out towards the left field, but right at Chance Sweeney, who's caught it for out number 3. Big scare, but nothing comes across. Mays gets out of the jam with 2 stranded in scoring position. Hoppers trail by 2, looking to complete the comeback when we return with more Hoppers baseball in a moment. Sanders still out there on the mound for the Railroaders. They do make a defensive change, though, over at shortstop. Pedro Fuentes from Puerto Rico is out. And Ellis Hurt. Oh, excuse me now. Hurt's going to go out towards left field. Owen Phillips comes in from left field to second base. And from second over the shortstop is Thomas Kuhn. So those are defensive alignment changes at the plate. Fouls went out of play on the right side as Carson Knowles, after an inning ago, the Hoppers saw 10 come to the plate, 4 come across and score, and now only trail by 2 on the road with a 7-2 record. 1 pitch now from the lefty to the right-handed hitter, misses upstairs for an even 1-1 count. We some of the scores around the league. The Chiefs now lead the Miners on the road 4-2. Flash and Rhythm playing in Hendersonville. They're tied at 3 apiece. 1-1 pitch to Carson Knowles on the outside half. A fastball called for a strike. Now the count is 1-2. Long pause and now delivery from the left-handed pitcher upstairs again. Counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Sanders from Florida, where he plays at Erskine College, getting his first looks here this summer. Where coming into the game has 9 strikeouts, but has also given up about 6 hits. 2-2 pitch, way outside, or as Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside. Obviously, it'd work better if that went all the way to the backstop, because that's more fun. But either way, full count here. They begin the top, the 7th to Carson Knowles. Sanders delivers to the plate. That one is just missing the zone. Knowles reaches on a walk. I was ready for the punch-out call. Just missed the zone. It looks like we'll be having a pinch runner here, so Knowles will come out of the game. Subbing in for him will be Alex McGuire, the pinch runner at first base. Knowles has a great day. Went 2 for 2 with now 2 walks after that one. McGuire comes in for him, who has yet to get a stolen base on the base pad so far this year. He's reached only once with a walk. Also has gone on via an error, I believe. With no outs, runner on first. We see Owen Hutchinson, the DH, in the left-handed box for a lefty-lefty matchup. The first pitch from Sanders. Grounder over on the right side. Gets into right field in the 3-4 gap. Throw comes in. The first from the right fielder. Pulls the first baseman off. It'll be a single out towards the right field as McGuire holds up at second. That's the interesting thing about this place. With how shallow right field is, the right fielder can charge in very quickly and fire one the first for a 9-3 ground out, which sounds awful on paper, but makes a lot of sense here. It's pretty much like an extra infielder in right field. First and second, still no outs. We see Caden Slaughter in the 9 spot. The right-handed box, the long stare in from Sanders before he steps aside, and now set from the rubbers. The pitch, Slaughter squared around and pulled back in time as that one was way outside for ball 1. Slaughter again from Clarksville, Tennessee, father in attendance. Been here for a lot of the games. Shout out to him for his major support, as well as everyone tuning in for these games. We are very happy to have you here joining us and supporting the Hoppers. Squares around for the bunt and fouls it into the netting. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now you can join us here for all games this summer, as well as going to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or I guess X now, and following all the Hoppers social media pages for all updates all year long. The 1-1 pitch, Slaughter squares around again. The bunt is down this time, but goes backwards, and the count now runs 1-2 against Slaughter. Slaughter again transferring this year to Vol State Community College. So far this summer is 4 hits on 17 at-bats. 1 of them a double, 3 a single. After him, Top of the order, Cole Reynolds will not be at the plate. That one misses low and away into the dirt. Runner takes off. He'll be thrown out by about 5 miles. And McGuire will return back to the dugout as there's an out away. Could have ran a half marathon in between there. Late read from McGuire as he took off. If he went immediately, probably would have made it. Instead now it's just a runner on first with 1 out. 2-2 count. Pitch is fouled backwards by Slaughter. Like the look there. Slaughter on the day. 0-for-2 with a hit by pitch an inning ago when the Hoppers again had 10 come to the plate. .235 batting average going into this game for Slaughter. Seen about 3.5 pitches per at bat. Well over that right here. This is the 6-1. It's a called strike on the inside corner. Sits him down for the second out of the inning. Top of the order, Cade Wall comes up to the plate in place of Cole Reynolds. Cole Reynolds on the day went 2-for-4 with 2 singles. Now Cade Wall in the right-handed box. First pitch he sees outside for ball 1. 2 outs and a runner on first, that being Owen Hutchinson after his single to right field. Lefty and righty matchup at the plate. The left-handed pitcher from the belt delivers. It's a swing and miss from Wall. And he's got him at a 1-1 count. Wall so far this year has a .412 batting average with 7 hits on 17 at-bats from Russellville, Kentucky, where he plays in Daphne, Alabama at the U.S. Sports University. The 1-1 lifted out towards right foul territory and is caught as the first baseman, J.R. North, returns back to the line. And that'll do it. It's a scoreless top of the 7th as it's now stretch time here at Lowhouse Field. Your Hoppers still trail by 2 and have to complete the comeback. But first, they'll have to hold the Railroaders at 9. We'll be right back with more baseball on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Bottom of the 7th here from Fulton, Kentucky. Your Hoppers trailing 9-7 against the Railroaders. They had 4 come across in the top of the 6th, nothing in the top half of the inning. They've got to hold the Railroaders right here for a really good shot at making a comeback. It'll be 7, 8, 9 at the plate, starting with Owen Phillips, and the Railroaders order the face. Andrew Mays still out there wheeling dealing for the Hoppers. First pitch from the right-handed flamethrower. Left foul territory. Nick Johnson tracking it, and he overruns it It falls down for a strike. A free life for Phillips at the plate as you look at his line on the day. He is 2 for 3 with a home run and a single. Also lined out to Connor Scheid at first base. Speaking of first base, a few defensive alignment changes for the Hoppers. We'll give it to you after the pitch. The 0-1 comes in. That's fouled out of play for an 0-2 count. At shortstop now is Cade Wall after he pinch hit for Cole Reynolds. Evan Jacob comes in from right field to catch after Carson Knowles got pinch ran for by Alex McGuire, who now goes into right field. The 0-2, it's an off-speed, strike 3 called for Mays. Sets him down to begin the bottom of the 7th. Ruined that one, didn't I? Either way. Strikeout looking sends us to Steven Meadows, the right fielder. First pitch of the at-bat, a ball. It's a 1-0 count. Working quickly is McGuire. And it's swung on. No, it's not swung on. It's called strike. I realize with the angle you guys have right now, it's been hit about 20 times from some fans. You guys really can't see much, so I might come to this wide angle permanently. The 1-1, a low chopper over to the right side. Connor Scheid gloves it, flips it over the Mays, who's on the bag, and they're in time for some PFP. Got the second out of the inning, courtesy of, say, little move from Mays over the first. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up the 9th spot for the Railroaders. Ellis Hurt should be coming up to the plate. Ellis Hurt came in to left field after the error from Fuentes at shortstop. Then moved Owen Phillips over the second and Thomas Kuhn over from second to short. Fuentes was also over 3 on the day, so he really struggled. Pitch right down the middle, and the count now runs 0-1. I'm going to keep you guys here right now. You can't really see it from the other angle of the plate. You can barely see it. The 0-1 out down the right field line and just foul. It lands. Would have easily been ripped out there for a single, but just a single as the wall held it up. If it's a normal field that you imagine, that would have been down for most likely a double. McGuire was getting to it quickly. I don't know why I keep going back to this angle. I'm sorry, guys. The 0-2 with 2 outs here. Mays to the plate. That's lifted out of play on the right side. Mays already with 2 strikeouts on the day. And 1 this inning. Accepts the sign from the belt, delivers the pitch, starts to go after it, and leaves one outside. Oh, he almost bit. Count now 1-2. Long staring as he resets. Fires in the 1-2 pitch. It's ripped down the left field line and foul. Stays alive up there again. Ellis Hurt up for the first time today. Plays at Kentucky Wesleyan. He transferred there after beginning his career at Trevecca Nazarene. He was with the Railroaders last year. So far this season has a .136 batting average with 3 hits on 22 at-bats. That's all 3 singles. Running 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Also was 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Total look at Hurt's 2026 summer. And just 8 games for the Railroaders. They have a 1-7 record going into tonight's contest. Count 1-2. Mays delivers the pitch. A grounder over towards Slaughter at second. Grabs it off a bunny hop and throws it over in time. 3 up, 3 down go the Railroaders as the Hoppers now have 6 outs remaining to make yet again another comeback. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We've got more baseball here in the Ohio Valley League after the break. We head to the 8th. The Hoppers have 6 outs remaining to make yet again another comeback. Their last 2 wins have come in that fashion. They trailed 6-0 to the Railroaders and made an 11-run comeback. After that, the next day, they trailed 5-0 to the Henderson Flash. Ended up winning that game 10-9. They trailed as much as 9-3 in this one, and now only down by 2. A new pitcher out on the mound for the Railroaders. Freddie Londo comes in, a right-handed flamethrower from Brighton, Michigan. Finished up his freshman year at Schoolcraft Community College. He'll face Chance Sweeney in the left-handed box. First pitch swung on and missed by Sweeney. I'll try to remember just to stay at this angle because you still can see very well. The other spot, it'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Hoppers in this one. Londo looks in, accepts the sign, working from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch now to the plate is a grounder over to the shortstop. That's going to be Thomas Kuhn, who throws it way high, brings the first baseman off the bag, and he falls in time back on top of it for the out. It was bang, bang, but it goes in favor of the fielder there being J.R. North. So 1 is away here in the 8th inning. 5 outs remain as the Hoppers still trail by 2. They had 4 runs come across in the 6th inning, nothing in the 7th, though. Evan Jacob, now the catcher at the plate. Swing and miss on the first pitch, an 0-1 count now. Well, Londo comes in for Micah Sanders, who went 1 2/3 with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits, and 1 run against him. That's the line that Sanders exits with. The 0-1 pitch now from the belt to the plate to Evan Jacob. Swung on and missed again. He's behind in a 0-2 hole. And Londo at Schoolcraft Community College did not record any stats this past spring, but this summer, Londo's made 2 appearances, one of them against the Hoppers. That was his first appearance for the team. 1 out, no one on the bases. The 0-2 pitch to Evan Jacobs, swung on and fouled out of play. And that outing, Londo threw against the Hoppers. He came out of the bullpen. He went 1 2/3, giving up 5 runs, all earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Also threw against the Flash, where he went 1 2/3 as well. So this is his 3rd appearance of the year. Has an 0-2 count to Evan Jacob, delivers the pitch, and Jacob leaves an off-speed outside for a ball. On deck will still be Nick Johnson with the powerful Connor Scheidt in the hole. Long stayer in, accepts the sign. The Brighton, Michigan native is set. Delivers from the right side of the rubber, the 1-2. It's a called strike. Drop 3rd strike, and Jacob starts to head for first to throw down from the catcher Bowman in time. You got food on the pitch. I think they're having a conversation right now. I think that was not the pitch that was called for. Mixed up Bowman as he was stung up and not very happy with it. Still ended up being called a strike even though he didn't catch it. And Jacob is away, 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Nick Johnson from Indiana Southeast. Score still 9-7. First pitch, swung on and fouled way out of play, 0-1. Hoppers are looking to avoid going back-to-back with losses. It'll be their first consecutive losses all year long. They lost their first game against a full count rhythm back on June 2nd, then lost on June 7th on the road to the Paducah Chiefs. Both losses were on the road, I should add. Count 0-1 to Nick Johnson. Pitch now to the plate outside. It's an even 1-1 count. Johnson, if you look at his day so far, he's up for the 5th time today. He is 0 for 4, though he's reached twice, both on errors, once from the pitcher, that being Brady Davis at the time, and the other from the shortstop, Pedro Fuentes, who's now out of the game. The 1-1 delivery misses well upstairs, and the count now is 2-1. Johnson's guy, you can tell, has a lot of strength at the dish, waiting to execute on it. Ready again in the right-handed box. Londo accepts the sign. Now set from the rubber. 2-1 pitch now comes to the plate, is slapped out towards right field and well out of play towards the parking lot. Evens the count 2-2. Do have some light work in the Hoptown bullpen. Can't see the pitcher. But someone is very lightly just tossing right now to get stretched out. Deuces wild with 2 outs and no one on the bases here on the top of the 8th. The pitch. Long pause now to the plate. So Nick Johnson, he leaves it right down the middle. 3 up, 3 down. Back-to-back Ks on the mound for Londo, both looking. And the Hoppers now head to the bottom of the 8th, still losing by 2. As we'll be right back, looking to hold the deficit to just 2 runs when we return. Bottom of the 8th, the Hoppers have struck out 11 times at the dish. They've still scored 7. Not enough right now, though. They trail 9-7 on the road here at Lowhouse Field. At the plate for the Railroaders, we will see 1, 2, 3 in the order, starting with Thomas Kuhn. As Andrew Mays back out there on the mound, he's the only guy to come out of the bullpen so far for the Hoppers. He's so far gone 2 2/3 with 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit. Not ready for action in the bottom of the 8th, trying to hold the deficit right where it is as it's turned nightfall here in Fulton, Kentucky. Party deck in left field is now occupied by some fans. As the lights are on, looks like a decent spot to watch the game from left field. But Mays got to focus on Kuhn at the plate. First pitch misses the zone on a fastball for ball 1. Kuhn on the day. 1 for 4 with a single. It's also reached on an error to begin his day. The 1-0 runs inside of the 2-0 count. Kuhn's also a guy who struggled with the Railroaders coming into this game. They've all just kind of exploded in this one. 2-0 misses downstairs and the count is 3-0. Obviously, they've struggled, to be quite frank. They're 1-7 on the year, but this is a team that can absolutely click and turn things around and make a run as the season continues. That one's right down the middle. Count now runs 3-1. Mays is a guy who likes to attack batters and keep things in the zone. The 3-1 now comes to the plate. Is called a strike on the inside half. Still is going down the first base line. He's about halfway to first before he finally returns. Again, Thomas Kuhn thought that was ball 4, but instead it's a full count. Kuhn steps back into the right-handed box. Long look in from Andrew Mays, now set on the rubber. From the belt, the pitch. That's right back to Mays on the mound, who will run over the first and flip it to Connor Scheidt for out number 1. That's 6 consecutive retired for Mays on the mound. As now Nick Kazi will come up to face Andrew Mays. Kazi on the day is 0 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch. He has 1 run so far. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch swung on and missed, and off speed. He went chasing outside of the zone for. Count now runs 0-1. Again, Kassi's one of the best bats on this team so far. Leads the team in average on base percentage and slugging. Next one hits the corner, and Mays has an 0-2 count. Set again from the stretch. The 0-2 delivery now. Lacoste misses upstairs above the helmet for ball one. At 1-2, May's been in the zone very well. Just misses there, but it's got to get back in here with the lead in the count. The 1-2, and off-speed drilled towards left field, going deep, and is finally picked up on and caught by Chance Sweeney. 2 up, 2 down again. Caleb Warren now at the dish. He's got an 0 for 2 day, also with 2 walks. Fly out and a strikeout are the other 2 at-bats for him in this one. Warren trying to get his 6th hit of the year. And he puts one up the middle. It's backhanded by Slaughter. Bob will throw over the first, and they still got him. That's 8 consecutive retired for Mays on the mound to send his team back into the dugout with 3 outs remaining. They trail by 2, looking to make a comeback against the Railroaders. We'll be right back with an intense 9th. We've got a ball game here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment. Ninth inning on the road. Hoppers trail by 2, and welcome you in again to this broadcast. We've enjoyed having you here, whether you're with the Hoppers, Fulton, or just around the league. Maybe you're watching this up in Michigan, as we got a few players up there. Maybe you're down in Mississippi, wherever you're at. We're glad to have you here for this finish on the road. It's game 10 of the year. The Hoppers have a 7-1 record. Tomorrow they'll be back home to take on Madisonville. That game at 6:30 you can find right here again. But first, the Hoppers got to finish out in the game against the Railroaders. They're 2-0 against them so far this year. They haven't scored since the 6th inning where they had 4 runs come across. You go back to their game on Sunday against the Paducah Chiefs. They enter the 9th inning trailing by 2 runs. It was 7-5 after they scored in the 7th inning. So very similar situation. And they scored 2 that inning to send it to a sudden death. Orlando's still back out there. It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up for the Hoppers, starting with Connor Scheidt, a guy who can really put a hurt on a baseball. 0 for 3 day with a walk so far. First pitch he sees, left way outside for ball 1. Orlando has gone 1 inning of work so far. He went 3 up, 3 down with 2 backwards Ks, one to Evan Jacob, one to Nick Johnson. Orlando, the righty, set now for the pitch. From the belt, the 1-0 delivery. Misses downstairs, and it's a 2-0 count. Scheidt, a guy from Indiana Southeast. That team went all the way to the NAIA World Series in Lewiston, Idaho. They went 2-2 there, losing to the eventual champion, Tennessee Westland. A 2-0. Misses high and in. It's a 3-0 count. Tying run right now would be in form of Nate Jessup on deck. Still stands there, ready to approach the dish. It's a 3-0 count now as Londo delivers to the plate. That one misses low. A 4-count walk is how we get started in the 9th. Hoppers now have their tying run come up to the plate. And it's Nate Jessup, the center fielder today. 2 for 4. He's got a single and a home run, a solo shot to begin the 6th inning. They scored 4. Also has a pair of strikeouts. He gets ready in the right-handed box. No, excuse me. Now this is Nate Jessup. They just took a moment to reset. Jessup at D2 UIndy from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Runner in first and no outs. Londo set from the stretch. Delivers the pitch. And it's a swing and miss that goes to the backstop, and Scheit will not move forward. So after a 4-pitch walk, it's an 0-1 count to Jessup, who, a fun fact about him right here, he actually played a pickup football game with T.Y. Hilton in his own backyard. And he played for the Colts, and if you want to look again, Jessup's from Fort Wayne, Indiana, so at one point when he was younger, he was able to play a pickup football game in his backyard with a future NFL star. Well, now he's looking to be a star for the Hoppers this summer. After a shaky couple games, he's already proved monumental in this one, getting the rally started in the 6th with a home run. Looking to get one rolling again here in the 9th. This team trails by 2, an 0-1 count with a runner on first and no outs here in the top of the 9th. The pitch now from Londo. And off speed, that falls off the table too early, downstairs for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jessup. There's a pinch runner on first. That was the change. I'm not sure exactly who it is. They'll throw over the first. And it's not in time. Looks to me like it's Easton Beatty, but I cannot be certain. 9-7 still the score. The 1-1 pitch. Right back up the middle. Gets stopped by the shortstop. They'll throw the second. He's out. They got the leadoff guy. Jessup's in the first safely. That was Easton Beatty who slid in. An incredible grab by the shortstop, Thomas Kuhn. You got to give him credit. It was right up the middle. Instead of a 3 for 5 day, it's now 2 for 5 as Jessup reaches on the fielder's choice. 1 out as he replaces him on the bags. And now at the plate, we'll see a pinch hitter. It'll be Dom Hartman coming up to the plate here in the 9th. Hartman in the right-handed box to face Londo now with a runner on first and 1 out. Pitch misses high for ball 1. Hartman from Taylor, Texas, has a .303 batting average, 10 hits on 33 at-bats so far this year. Played at Taylor High School, majoring in sports management at the U.S. Sports University. The 1-0 swung on and fouled on the left side. Count even, 1-1. And Dom Hartman, as the U.S. Sports University, plays in the United States Collegiate Athletic Association. They made it to the Small College World Series, where he made the World Series All-Tournament team with a 5-12 outing there. 5 runs, 4 RBIs, 2 homers, 3 walks. Would be clutch to bring one here. Looking over the first twice. Now the 1-1 pitch to the plate. Swung on and missed on a pitch outside. Hartman is behind 1-2. On deck, you've got Hutchinson. In the hole, and Caden Slaughter. Really got to get on here. Count 1-2. Londo, the righty, set from the belt. The pitch. 1-2. Gets him chasing it. 1 in the dirt. And there's 2 away. Lefty Hutchinson in his first game this summer with the Hoppers. It's not like he joined them and waited a game. This is his first time here with Hoptown. And he comes up in the biggest spot of the game. Down by 2, representing the tying run. 2 outs and a runner on first. Londo still out there. Delivers the pitch. Misses outside for ball 1. Hutchinson knows how you can play this field. Definitely wants to put one off the netting here for a guaranteed at least single and maybe move the runner on the third base. The 1-0 pitch goes the opposite way and foul with it, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. The strike to spare. Looks like Slaughter will not be on deck. It'll be Ryan McCartan if we get to that point. Stands ready for the Hoppers. Look over the first, now the pitch, the 1-0 to the plate, misses high and away again. It was a 1-1, it's a 2-0 count now. I should stop looking at the scoreboard. 2-1 is the count. Hitters count for Hutchinson. Got to be careful still. Protect the zone, but don't go after anything crazy. Calm the nerves at the plate. The 2-1. Now coming to the dish. Swung on and missed on one outside. Counts even, 2-2. Woodward is warming up for the Hoppers in the bullpen. If we can send this one to the bottom of the ninth at Lowehouse Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner on first in the top of the ninth. Hoppers trail by 2. Pitch from Londo to the plate is swung on and missed by Hutchinson, and the Railroaders win 9-7. That'll do it. On the road in Fulton, Hoppers now fall to 7-3. The Railroaders 2-7 on the year. 4 strikeouts on the day for Londo as he gets the save. And this one, Brady Davis will get the win as the Hoppers were never able to complete the comeback. They've been trailing in all the games recently and couldn't make the comeback against the Chiefs. Could not complete it here on the road. Tomorrow, they'll be back home. You can hear us right here on the YouTube stream as well as WHOP 95.3 when the Hoppers take on the Madisonville Miners. And then they'll be on the road taking on the Full Count Rhythm and Madisonville again on the road on Saturday. But before that, Hoppers lose 9-7. They fall to 7-3. For myself, Colin Crothers, on behalf of the entire Hoptown Hoppers organization, thanks for joining us here on this broadcast. It was a pleasure bringing you tonight's action. We'll see you again tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Central Time for more Hoppers